Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for calling yourself crypto lifers and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Hive banging on them. 1inch banging on them. New Aave steam. It looks like DeFi is picking up a little bit of steam here. Cardano back to 50 cents. That psychological area. Now, I fixed the white balance. You can see I'm not yellow anymore. I should be a pretty clear. I was able to fix the white balance last night. And yes, I'm wearing a Fruity Tooty shirt. I love it. Don't make fun of me. Hey. Let's jump on into the charts. And it's funny how the music ended perfectly right when it was supposed to. A bit strange because I didn't press pause. Awkward? I don't know. Interesting. Now it's playing, but I don't hear it. That's a bit weird. Huh. We'll see what's happening there in a second. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming here. We're going to break down Bitcoin. We're going to break down the gains that we made. 100 likes. You can see the likes. The Google searches are dwindling, right? Shout out to each and every one of you for coming on in. Look at the comments. Look at all the Blue Crew. You people are amazing. So let's see. Why am I not hearing music? This is a bit weird. Maybe I'll refresh the page. That's weird. It's playing, but I don't hear it. Weird. Oh, that's why. Okay. Thank you so much, Summer. And Summer Price just came in with the mug and brought the water for her daddy. Summer, what an amazing girl you are. The crowd loves you, Summer. The crowd loves you. Okay. There's the music. All right. Let's get into the day. So DeFi moving pretty nicely. Hive banging on them. Ooh, let me get my crypto ticker back up there. Hive banging on them. 1inch banging on New Aave. As I said, it looks like DeFi taking a little bit of a move back to the upside. But again, and I'll give you a quick thing that I'm looking at. IOST, the Internet of Things. I hold this long term since about half a penny. And I believe it's going to do damage in the long term. It also did damage. I made pretty penny on it in the last run. I believe it's going to do another run to the upside. I like IOST. Again, I'm not talking about long-term holds right now, and I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I do and say should be taken as financial advice, but IOST looking really nice in this falling wedge. Resistance. You're coming back to an SR flip. You're pointing up. You also have we're seeing a lot of this. Swing up to swing up. And this does swing up, but it doesn't swing up as much. That's like Class C hidden bullish divergence. Tells you that the trend will continue to the upside. Also, if you were in the trading group last night and you had just joined, you would have been in one of the top gainers again. Yes, again, the top gainer of the day, USTC, and we gave it to you yesterday in this flag, suggesting that it would break to the upside. Then we said he suggested that it would go up even more yet again, and we posted this morning. Look at this little flag, and this flag would, yes, go up another 33%. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Every 2 to 3 hours, this keeps going on. We posted this right here. It is up 216% if you had been in the group. And then I posted it here. I posted it there. I posted it last night right here. And people will be like, no, he didn't. No, he did though. USTC. And when did I post it? Show you. Let's see. Why does this take so long? Right here. At 4:47 yesterday PM. And you can click on it. You can see exactly in the Discord when you were able to receive the post. And you can see what the post looked like. And why I believe this is going to go up. I mean, you had hidden bullish. I extended it to a bigger hidden bullish later on too, because it was, that popped. But this thing was just in a beautiful wedge. And it was highly likely to play out with the low stochastics. And bang, bang, bang. Look at it. It would break out. Yes, it would dip a little bit. But I tried to keep my stop loss 1, 2 support levels below my entry. That would not have been stopped out. Bang, bang, bang. So shout out to anyone that jumped on in to the trade and took USTC, yes, which is Terra Classic, to the upside. And if you're just perusing and you haven't joined the group yet, you're going to see the gains on gains for free in the Welcome Center. And you can see we also hit ETHO. Before I go to bed last night, I'm up till 2:20 in the morning, 1 in the morning really, and I'm about to go to bed. And instead of just going to bed and calling it a day, that last bit of energy in me says, no, man, there's more. There's always more. Search for your team. Search for the group. There got to be something else. And I found ETHO. And right before I went to bed, I looked at ETHO, ETHO, okay? And I sniffed it out here, and here we are posting ETHO. Last night before bed, low stochastics, 15, 1 hour, right? And I wrote this, look, last one before bed, ETHO, low stokes in the 15, the 1 hour, and the 4 hour. And even the daily is resetting. Most likely this is going to break up to the upside. It had all the bells and whistles that I go for. MACD turning, stochastics, 21-day moving average, tight moving averages inside of a wedge, falling wedge, or even a tighter symmetrical triangle, however you want to play that. And that's what I did before I went to bed, and bang, it would break up 17% gains, still holding. And these aren't pump and dumps. Look, they're still holding 12%. These are still holding support zones. This is proper technical analysis playing out in front of you every single day. We had the most people join the trading group in history yesterday. I believe 17 people joined in one day. Unbelievable. That was a record. We never had that many people join in one day. Shout out to everybody that jumped on into the trading group. Me6 was popping to the upside. Now, ethos could continue. Watch this in the zone. If it does and stay inside this pattern, it's likely to continue to the upside for another 18% gains. And I'm going to show you how I do this special sauce. We're going to break down Bitcoin. Also, last night, a lot of people weren't sure what was happening to Bitcoin. I had a bunch of different charts. At the last minute, I changed my whole position. Look, not at the last minute, but at the last minute, I changed kind of how I was looking at it. And I ended up making this pattern here. See? And I was like, you know what? We're kind of in a symmetrical, an ascending triangle. And I said, wow. And we're bouncing with a higher low with a 4 hour. I said, the 4 hour is making a higher low. I said, that's bullish to me. I said, look, we had a low. We had a higher high, okay? We then had a higher low. Then we had a higher high. We had a higher low. That's an uptrend. We are trending to the upside, my friends. We are trending to the upside. There's no two ways about it. That's a trend. So all we have to do for Bitcoin now is create a higher high above this zone somewhere up in here. And that will establish the trend. So we're waiting for the 4 hour to pump and create a higher high. So it's pretty simple. If the 4 hour pumps on up and starts to turn on the stochastics and you get rejected by this level, it's likely you're making an M, and the M is going to break to the downside, the measured move. So I'm basically going to tell you what's going to happen in the next 6 or 7 days. You're either going to make this M and head back down here to 19,000, or you're going to break through this, and then when we reset, you're going to bounce off this for support and continue to the upside, and you're going to continue a trend. Last night before I went to bed, okay, I'm sitting there watching the 15-minute for Bitcoin, and I called a bounce to the upside. Why did I call a bounce for Bitcoin last night? Because I saw bullish divergence on the 15-minute, and bullish divergence on the 15-minute asserted me that we had made a bottom here for the temporary move. I had then created this pattern. I felt it was necessary. That was pretty spot on that we had hit the bottom of the pattern. We were likely to head back to the upside. Then I even projecting the fact that we may be in this inverted head and shoulder. You never know. So let's take a look here of what's happening. And anything could change at any moment. It's all about support and resistance. So look, you had bounces, bounces, bounces. You had resistance, a wick there, and resistance here. So this level needs to hold. You see? The level at 20,900. Also, we keep talking about the volume and the visible ranges that you're looking at, right? We've gone over this many times, but it's awesome to do. And you can see that this is a hefty area to get over, 21,170 for whatever reason. Between the 21,000 area and it really starts here at about 21,100. We could even start here, 21,050, all the way to the edge there at 21,275. That is a high volume node where a lot of buying and selling has occurred. You can grab that by grabbing this tool 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. And the last one at the bottom, if you star it, it'll end up here on your quick, where you grab things real fast. I don't know what you would call that, your quick access board. I keep it right here, kind of nice and neat. So it looks like it goes there, right? I don't use it as much as I should. I forget about it, but it is there for you. And it's nice to star things. Smash the like button if you're in. We have 373 people on the live, 151 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. We've hit more gains than ever. The trading group's growing more than ever. You know what I'm saying? So we are steaming well ahead, blasting forward. You know what I'm saying? All the public schools did get out of school yesterday. The second that happened, you could see the viewership in Google for the crypto space just went down. I mean, immediately a lot of people aren't at work. A lot of kids are out of school. That means a lot of school teachers must be watching the CryptoLifer. Hi, Mrs. Parker. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. All right, so let's take a look at what's happening here now for Bitcoin. Nice dumpage. Let's take a look at the 15. 15-minute is dumping. Is it at the 7-minute? 7-minute hit a high and coming down. Interesting. Looks like some shenanigans. Possible shoulder, head, and a shoulder. Yeah, it's messy, though. So the level broke. That level was pretty nice to hold. We got one more little range here. Resistance, 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 and a bounce here. You'd like this level to hold for Bitcoin. 20,891. Now let's kind of boom out and look at the world markets. Let's see what's happening to the Dow Jones. Let's see what's happening all around us. Is it news? Is it the Dow? What is happening here? The Dow up 173, decoupling. Okay. But we're going to take a look at the E-mini futures, the S&P as well, and we'll see what's happening for the S&P 500. As 20,885 is being battled here and battle tested. Trying to make something of this. I mean, at the end of the day, kind of have this rising wedge you broke out of, you broke back into, and then you bearishly retested. See this? They keep trying. What they do is, I'll tell you what, 2-3 years ago, patterns would stay pretty solid. Then people caught on to TA. More and more people knew their TA. Then it started getting vicious. And they started breaking patterns, breaking back in, and it was just a constant barrage of patterns getting broken and beaten. Like, see how this one broke out? But I was able to find the falling wedge. They're trying to throw you off of the tail. They're trying to throw you off of exactly what they're doing, but eventually they hit a trend line. For whatever reason, enough liquidity comes in, enough people see the same thing, and no matter how much they manipulate the price action, an actual TA trend line will come through. So if I find the trend, it doesn't matter what they do. Eventually, I'm able to establish kind of what's happening. So look, this is a falling wedge. Even though they broke it out, it's very similar to this one. They break it out, they're going to break it back in. They broke it out, they're going to break it back in. Now, you want to hold this level for sure. 7-minute is getting oversold. 5 minutes getting oversold. 1 minute. When you see a dump, you go to the smaller time frames to assess the dump. Okay? Now we need this to be basically a V-shaped recovery back to the upside. We need this to bounce right back up. This is a good time to look at BOOKMAP and see how many people are getting liquidated. What's happening? Shout out to the beautiful people at BOOKMAP. I'm going to show you an amazing tool that I use every day to trade. You're going to absolutely love it, the BOOKMAP tool. So check it out. And what BOOKMAP does is it shows us where all the biggest orders and all the orders really on the futures and the biggest exchanges are hiding and waiting to get filled or waiting to get sold. I'm expecting a V-shaped recovery right back to the upside. This looks like a liquidity grab. This flag still stays intact. I'm not freaking out. I'm very, very calm about this right now. You got slight bullish divergence. Not really, though. Would have liked it better, a little better. Right there, that swing down is very sharp. And this isn't as sharp. That is slight bullish for a bounce. Definitely expecting a V-shaped recovery right back to 21K. And then maybe even a move out of here. Let's take a look. Yeah, 15-minute is oversold. Took a right turn here. Nasty dumpage on the 15. And what could have told us that was happening? There's really... You know what here? This was hidden. We were going over this with a student. Swing down to swing down and swing up to swing up here on the 15. That's hidden bearish divergence. You swing down on price, but you swing up on the RSI. That is hidden bearish. It did break down, and that's why it's all about the support and resistance here and this level that we have at 20,844. So, wow, we're caught in a dump. Love it when we're caught in a dump. So we get to watch price action live and see what's happening. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here during the Bitcoin dumpage. 4 to 9 people, 191 likes. It's just not the lifer way. If you call yourself a crypto lifer, I'm going to make something really clear right now. I work every single day. I don't stop. We go through without a day off consistently. This is show number 520. Sometimes we do 2-3 shows, but we've been doing multiple shows. This is probably my, I'd say 600 day without a day off, but we're going to call it 520. But we have taken not one day off. You can back test it. You can go through every single video. I've brought my camera and my equipment with me everywhere I've traveled. It does not matter where I'm going, what I'm doing. I have made my live stream. It's been late every once in a while, maybe like 1 or 2%, but I've been here every single day. This channel is not your regular channel. You are not the regular viewers. You guys are different. You guys hit the like button. You guys change lives. You guys support me. Let's get it moving. We are not the regular channel here. We don't play games with that like button. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Every other channel's taken a day off. Go through the list. Every single one of them has taken a day off at one point. We have not taken a day off. We are consistently banging on you. We are as consistent as the sunrise and coming at you every single day. Namaste, God bless you, and may you hit the like button to bless yourself, bless me, and keep the karma moving. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here. What's up, peeps? Listening while cutting the grass. Well, you got to stop mowing the lawn for a split second. Take your phone and hit that like button, all right? And you will get more if you're home, like studiously watching the channel. But again, I know you got to do things, you got to do what you got to do. So I'm calling this a fake out breakout. You know what I'm saying? To me, the channel's still intact. I believe we're going to bounce back to the upside here based out of this falling wedge. Unless, we're going to watch the 1 minute, though. 1 minute could make a bear flag. So look, you can project a flag. If the 1 minute stays in a flag like this, then we're going to drop to the downside. You see? So you could project this idea already before it even happens. What you're hoping for here is possibly like one of these, right? Maybe somewhat of an inverted to bounce us out of this to the upside. So you got to watch small time frames now when there's a massive dump. Those are pretty, I mean, it's a pretty good dump. You know, we dropped substantially. Here it is, look. See, I always look for the reason. There's always a reason. Sometimes it's the small time frame. Look, there it is, the shoulder, the head, and there's your right shoulder. And we dropped to the downside. Then we made a rising wedge on the 1 minute. See how the 1 minute really was the, look, and the rising wedge broke down, and then you broke support. Aha. Slightly bearish retest. You could say the bottom of this wedge. Interesting. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Okay, so did you have a new moon indicator pop up? Did have a new moon. Yeah, and we also had the new moon coming. Look at that. Sam is a workaholic. He straight nails it, peeps. Insane. Yeah, my wife wants me to refrain from using the word KIL whenever I'm doing something amazing. She's like, she's like, what did you just do? I said, we did amazing. So I'm trying to get away from using the word KILL. She just, whenever I say it, she corrects me. So I don't use it anymore. And when you say it, you're like, why am I using that word? Because to KIL is to, and I love you, Roddy. I'm sorry. I'm not, now I'm being funny. He's like, because he was like, he straight kills the peeps. I do though. I do. We do. But it's like getting the game, you know. It refers to hunting when you had to hunt game, wild game, and you had to kill the game to survive. So we have to kill to survive, but at the same time, it's a little vicious. Could you check out the AVAX chart? I will if you send in a super chat. Joe Lewis, thank you for coming on in. The Bitcoin 1 hour looks like an inverse Adam and Eve. It does look like an inverse Adam and Eve slightly. Some people have been saying that as well. See, look right there. Adam and Eve. Yep. Inverse Adam and Eve. I did see, a fellow YouTuber put that out last night. I don't like to copy people's work, so I stay original. I did have this rounded top, though, as you could say. And last night on the live stream, I went even a bit further than this. I went, actually, together, I think this morning, in my morning update. See, look, this is an Alice in Wonderland inverse cup and handle. See? Sammy cup and handy. Now, when this happened to me, this is insane. Hold on. Let's bring this back. Hi, my name is Sam Price. I'm a professional crypto trader. I'm also known as CryPTOLIFER on YouTube. Check this out. Now, trading is like Alice through the looking glass. It can be looked at in many different ways, and you can get information if your mind can see it differently. Now, this changes everything, and this will make you a crypto lifer. But check it out. This is a cup. That's a handle. That's the measured move of the cup and handle to the upside. If I flip this upside down, you can see the cup with the handle here in the breakout. Now, I have to take the screen and flop it the opposite side. Let me show you what I'm saying. I should actually do this. This is pretty nuts, but watch. If you bear with me here, bang, right? I can then upload that into my trading software and flip it, right? I could put that in an editing program, a photo edit, and flip that. You're going to see it looks just like a cup and handle. The cup. Are you bearing with me here? So you can take bearish price action and learn how to trade it bullishly by flipping it upside down and then flipping it the opposite way. Oh my gosh, I may have just changed your life forever. Now, most people, this will go over their heads. They will have no idea what I just said. If you picked up on an iota of what I just broke down, you will probably highly likely be on your way to becoming a more successful trader than the masses, because you are able to see things that the masses just cannot see. Do you see this cup? Handle breaks to the upside. Price action does not look at it the way you look at it. Price action doesn't care where you're standing. Price action does not care how you're situated inside of price action. Price action does exactly what it's supposed to do, regardless. every single time. And this is why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy, because I see the cup and handle when most people never do. Even that one was hidden. It was inside and out. Like, there was almost impossible to see. But lo and behold, we saw it. So just like someone says that's an inverse Adam and Eve, it's also an inverse cup and handle too. Isn't that interesting? As you follow along. Now, if this is an inverse Adam and Eve we're looking at for Bitcoin, you do have a measured move here, really, from this neckline down. That would coincide with my 22-hour and all my other sauce saying we're going down to 17,900 to 18,000 area and bouncing with a giant double bottom. All right. If you like this information, I'm live right now and going live every single day, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Jump on in to the live stream on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or wherever you feel comfortable. I'll see you there. I'm the CryptoLifer. My name is Sam. Hope to meet you. Hope you can jump in. I also do tutoring every single Tuesday from 3 to 5, and I also have a Discord. Can't wait to see you in there. Peace. All right. Oh, so that's interesting. Very, very interesting. An inverse Adam and Eve possibly breaking down here to $17,900. And we are breaking the $21,000 area, and you can see we are struggling. Bitcoin is struggling. No bouncy bounce here. Taking it down. And let's go back to that 1 minute chart. Wow, so we're getting just a complete sell-off here for Bitcoin on the morning. And you know what? Let's go to BOOKMAP. This is a long squeeze. A lot of people must have went long with stop losses, leverage. I'm telling you right now, leverage trading is treacherous, my friends. Treacherous. I still believe, based on the stochastics and what we're doing, we're going to bounce back to the upside. Because I trade stochastics and I stick to them. They're stronger than my emotions. Right now, emotions are running hot. People are like, oh my God, it's dumping, right? If you're a beginner right now, you're a noob, you're freaking out. You're like, oh my God, it's just going to dump. It's just going to keep dumping to the downside, right? Very possible, okay? Very, very possible. And we'll keep kind of positioning this flag. It's crazy. I was just going straight down on the 1 minute chart. Not even, it's flowing through stop losses. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. And BOOKMAP is firing off right now. Yes, and there's the long liquidations as thought right there. You knew they were liquidating longs because that's who was selling off. Price action dumps when longs have to hit their stop losses and they sell. So that's a good place to get in. You want to be getting in when there's heavy sell-off. You see, you buy the red. Look, 20,400 is the fat liquidity here where we should be getting a bit of a bounce. Then they want to take us back to that point of control at 21,100. Interesting. You have a tiny sell order up there, 21,005. Not a lot of liquidity in different areas here. But we definitely just got a long squeeze, and longs are getting nailed. All right. Let's see if we get a big buy in here to eat up this liquidity. This is BOOKMAP, everybody. And you can see these are orders like right here. If we look closely, 475 Bitcoin, 336 Bitcoin, 546 Bitcoin. This guy's trying to sell 300 Bitcoin, 294 Bitcoin, 128 Bitcoin, 155, 306 Bitcoin. Going once, going five. Bitcoin, going six. Bitcoin, 21,000. Bitcoin, go 22,000, 22,005, 22,007, 22,008, 51,000. We got 51,000 lady in the red. 51,000 lady in the red. Ready in the red. Man, we got a man at the top. Man at the top. Man with the top hat. Man on the blue top hat. We got 5,400. 5,400. The man at the top hat. 5,400. The man at the we got a man in the blue. Man in the blue. He's got 6,400. 6,400. The man in the blue. Sold to the man in the blue. I just had to do that. So funny. Maybe I'll do that one day. At the auctions, man. It's so funny. You ever watch that stuff? I love that. Sold to the man in the blue. Okay, so we're looking at liquidity here at 20,450, okay? And that's what we're looking for. I used to rap, and I used to do all sorts of crazy rap songs that were super fast, and, so it was like, mumble what, this is my labor. I'm in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of it. A kid never put a limit to a kid. Mortal Kombat, slip this to the timidest. Actual pit after just get it with back. Anyway, that's all time for another story. So check it out. So I've been using my linguistics for a long time, playing with my voice. It didn't just happen overnight. I've been using my voice and playing with my tongue. That doesn't sound right, I have been playing with my tongue, but that doesn't sound right. You know what I'm saying? You can ask my wife. I'm so sorry. 20,440. Hey. We are on Spotify if you want to check us out. You can watch these episodes, listen to these episodes on Spotify. So jump on in. Shout out to Jacob L. Shout out to Anku Kutibutu. Shout out to everybody here on the live. That was not an invitation to lick the like button. Shout out to Zero Allegiance in the game, man. You're funny, man. Wait. What's going on here in this live stream? Do I have to pull you over? CRYPTOLIFER, come over here. You're out of line, boy. Come on now. License and registration, please. License and registration, please, boy. You were going 55 to 45. And you know what? I smell a funny smell coming out your armpits. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. All right, so look. We did get the bounce off that liquidity. We got the big buy we were hoping for. 20,750. Can we get the bounce? Can we get the bounce? So you can see the liquidity smash and grab here. We're kind of equal in liquidity, a little more down here than up here. Suggests that we may grab up the 20,500 people. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. All right. Shout out to Jason Ferrani. I love how real this guy is. Sam, Jason, we love you, bro. Jason, we love you, man. Shout out to the Tesla gang, Jason. I'll be back. Oh my God, Hollywood. See what I did there? Zero Allegiance. You're funny, man. How much for a one-on-one on trading? Joining the group. It's time for me to learn from you. Pass down that knowledge. Thanks for all you do. You care of all the lifers and want us to have a better life. I do, Daniel. Jump on into the Discord right away if you want. One-on-ones are expensive. They're $300 an hour. My wife handles that. She watches it. She makes up, because she sees how much I'm making. She sees what's going on. And she's like, I can't let you do these things for this amount. And also, I'm super busy. I have videos to shoot, meetings to have with my team, charts to go over. And my number one job is to be in my trading group and make sure we hit the gains every single day and make sure we go over what's happening for Bitcoin. So can we get the bounce? We finally got the wick. The wick is usually where the carnage ends. But at the same time, that's why we're sticking on the 1 minute chart, and we're just going to see what happened. 20,777, the triple sevens every time I'm looking at something crazy lately. The triple sevens, the triple twos, the triple threes lately had just been coming all the time. I don't understand. I never saw the triple sevens and the triple twos either. That was, So I'm aiming. Could that be a little midi shoulder? Could this be could we dig our way out here? This is our hope. There's two ways out of this corral. The bear flag to the downside, or possibly a V-shaped recovery out of the hole. 1 minute it's getting overbought and really not doing much too, so could see some more downside here. Let's take a look at the S&P. I want to take a look at the E-midi futures. And I didn't expect a dump right now. I'll be honest, it looked more likely like we were going to get a pump when I woke up this morning based on the 15-minute chart. 7 minute began to roll on you though. 7 minute did begin to roll. It was really the 1 minute head and shoulder here that really gave it away. Then this rising wedge, then this little mini rising wedge. So the 1 minute chart's really been the one ruling the show here. And I don't want people to trade the 1 minute. But when price action moves fast, you must use a smaller time frame to track it. Okay? We're not only going to teach you how to draw lines, how to find the coins, how to make the gains, but we're also going to teach you how to change your trading style depending on what's happening at the moment. What time frame do you use? Well, when Bitcoin's dumping, you use the 1 minute to the 5 minute because you're going to have to find a fast pattern that's going to be made inside of the smaller time frame. Simple as that. Can I get the likes all the way up to the viewers? 297 likes, 471 viewers. We're pushing. We get more viewers than some of the channels that have 70,000, 80,000, 100,000. We are a third the size, but we have bigger retention. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. Let's get that chat rate bumping up. Everybody, name one word to describe what it's like to be in the Lifer trading group. If you're in the trading group, one word to talk about what it's like to be in the Lifer trading group. One word. If you had to give it one word, what is it like to be in the Lifer trading group? Wow, we are tacking on the likes. Come on. Blessing is the first thing said by Grace Protocol. Family is the next thing said. BTC about to make an M pointing to the drop. Possibly on the 1 minute chart. Yep. Amazing. Abundant. I joined the 99 yesterday. Awesome. Superb. Blessed. Smashing. Amazing. Learner. Jet fuel. I love that. Gains. Speechless. Hero. Rich. Family. I love it. learned, team, educative, gains, unbelievable, just wow, freedom, inspiring, love, rich, legendary, monstrous, growth, alive, titillating. I love that, Cloud Hunk. You're the best. Freaking bump, outstanding, gains, banging on them, damage, educational, inspiring, wisdom, mind-blowing, humbling, immense, transformative. Wow, freedom, relieved. I love that, man. In forever, I love you, man. Wait, is that? I'm for load. I don't know what it meant. I'm for, in for load. Mentorship, euphoric, bing bong, enlightening, blessing, positivity, hope, trying hard. Oh, we're doing it. Gratitude, fiesta, notorious, enlightenment, not financial advice. Shout out to Jacob L in the live. Wife changing. Oh my gosh, you had to go there, huh? Inspired, safe, secure, prepared, and blessed. I love that. Positive, honored, informative. What? I love that. Integrating, inspirational, abundance, revelations, dude, word, educational. You know what's for me? For me, it's purpose. It's purpose. You all gave me a purpose in life, you know, and I love what I do, and it inspires me every day to read the testimonials, to see the gains, to see what we do together as a trading group. It's inspirationally amazing. I can't believe it. Every day I try to grasp what I did, how we did it. We did it as a group. I showed up on the live, and next thing you know, we're here. I'm just fascinated by it all. We hit one of the top gainers. We actually hit the top gainer on KuCoin today. USTC yet again. The top gainer yet again as it continues to rip to the upside. Look at that 1 minute chart just banging on you. Unbelievable. Like, I'm just fascinated by the ability to pick out the hottest coins in the game. 35% again. And does it continue? You know? Shout out to anyone that jumped into USTC and made massive gains last night in the trading group. I'm still super proud of everyone and all of us that worked so hard. My elite traders, my whole group, everyone that shows up on as a moderator during the live. We have such a strong group of people. And honestly, I'm a guy that needs a lot of support. I always needed a group. Like, I always wanted to be part of a family, and I never fit in. I'll be honest with everybody. I never truly fit in. So what did I do? I created my own family. I created a place where I felt the most comfortable. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just so blessed and grateful to be here with each and every one of you. It's so awesome. So awesome. Start selling merchandise. Tough action. Now a location roll call to get the chat rate begin. Yeah, where are you in the chat? Where is everybody from? Shout out where you're from in the chat. Let's get that chat rate pumping and jumping. I'll start it off. I'm in Boston, Mass, baby. And I love crypto. My name is Sam, and I'm a cryptoholic. Oh, wow. We got New York, Latvia, Greece, Brazil, professional, Puffin, Colorado. Oh, he's a Puffin over here. Austin, Detroit, Ontario, Barcelona. Unbelievable. Belgium, Myrtle Beach, Huntington, LBC, Demonstria, Spain, Singapore, Tulsa, UK, Manchester, Fernie, BC, Kentucky, UK, Barcelona, Ontario, Austin, Cleveland, Detroit, Seattle, vegan from Vegas, living near Milwaukee, Deerfield Beach. Shout out to Dave from Las Vegas, Antarctica, my man. Are you really from Antarctica? Red Bank, SC, South Carolina, New Zealand, Denver, Portsmouth, Ohio, United Kingdom, South Africa, Germany, Ohio, Portugal, Dallas, Texas, Bristol, Red Bank, Pennsylvania, Toronto, Stardust, Milky Way, my man. I love that. Chattanooga, your backyard, man. Creepy, man. Get out of there, man. Stop living in my backyard. Boise, Tattoo, are you in the pool? Crypto Cash, I'm from God, my man. Crypto Cash from the creator. MIA from the MIA with a stack of change. Hampshire, England. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's get the likes up to the watchers today. It's been like pulling teeth to get to 500 likes. I know you guys are going to do it, though. We're going to come up with some more gains for you. We're going to find something that gets you cooking and get you going. We're going to get those likes. If you know, we're going to make it happen. All right. That was in a beautiful flag pump to the upside. Render. 15-minute has been like a really good producer of the gains. Look at this. Does 1 inch want to continue to the upside? A little bit of bearish div there. However, USTC kind of didn't care, right? 1 inch seems to be somewhat bullish. Shoulder head could be just making a right shoulder and rolling over. Very likely. Kind of like that happened. Funny, Matic bounced back up to the upside after the slaughter it took, right? So look, I talked about Ape 3L last night before I went to bed. This was the pattern trade. I put it out before I went to sleep, and this banged on you for 30%. Actually, a total of 52%. Shout out to anyone that jumped on into the Ape 3L trade. That's crazy, right? Let me see. That's nuts. Let's take a look. No, I put an A. I'm like, what's going on? Okay, shout out to ApeCoin, man. Nope. This thing has been pumping. That's crazy. Hold on. Also, I have a pattern trade here that I want to look at on the Discord. I still can't believe the gains. I can't believe it. And as I keep saying to everybody, it took me like 4 and 5 years to figure this stuff out and get as good as I am. Or, I don't even like saying good, but get somewhat okay at doing trading. I don't like to ever say you're good at trading, because the second you do, it's like I'm okay at this stuff. Ape conspiracy is sus. I don't know anything about it. No ape anything for me. Cannot support ape. No ape anything crazy. I actually shorted ape. I just trade it, man. I'm not trying to. A trade to me is a trade. Don't get emotional over a trade. You're in and out. It's a ticker on a screen, dude. I get it. I won't hold it long term, I guess. Like, I won't support projects that I don't like. I'm with you 100%. But I'm not going to sweat it, this trade got stopped out. Wall. See, sometimes it doesn't play out. If every trade plays out, you're a liar. So it's good to show some losses every day, because you got to be like, hey, we don't hit every single trade we post. We hit a lot of them, though. I'll tell you that. And you see, right before I go to bed, those are usually the ones, I don't know what it is, but right before I go to bed seem to be the big gainers, You can't love these coins, any of them. Nah, you can't. Shout out to you, my friend. You got to pimp these coins. DXY broke out of the falling wedge in the 1 hour. Let's take a look at the whole world markets. Let's see what's happening. Let's jump back into Bitcoin. Are we getting the V-shaped bounce back to the upside here? We have our 1 minute chart waiting. No, it's got you shoulder head and shouldering here. Not a good sign. That actually may continue to dump, staying inside the flag. And this is why you have to go to the 1 minute to figure out what's happening. If you don't go to the 1 minute, and that's why people say charts don't work. It's like, well, then how come that head and shoulder began to dump if charts don't work? You know what I'm saying? It's most people aren't able to see everything because it's highly complex. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it comes down to, in my humble opinion. So we're going to jump on into the show. If you're familiar with the show, it's a list we have that really breaks it down for us of what's happening in the market. So, look, we talked about this little cup and handle yesterday. Isn't this funny? And it did break out. Isn't that interesting? It broke out. Kind of as suggested. We talked about the dollar index being in this, the Dow Jones being in this channel. And it did bounce up to the upside, came right back down, oversold. 1 hour's getting oversold for a big bounce. I like this. The Dow actually bouncing back. Look at the shoulder, head and shoulder that we gave you. We also showed you the cup and handle. We erased it since then, but we nailed it. Now you're in this wedge. Highly likely you're going to head up to the top of the wedge before you break to the downside. 1 hour is bullish for the Dow. Suggest the Dow may actually end the day in the green. So the dollar index, someone said it was dumping. I think you meant it was pumping. Quite the opposite, right? So you take a look at this falling wedge, and it's pumping out of the falling wedge, which is not good. 1 hour is overbought, though. You can almost say it's at the top of the channel, at the top of resistance right now, actually. I'll put it in this channel here. Where is this big green bar? This big green bar is resistance since 1989 for the dollar. If you look here, all the way in this area here, September of 1989, right there, 2009. Many times we've had some resistance here at 2017. So when we got to this area, we knew there should be a bit of a pullback. Bitcoin got the relief rally. Then we got the big pump. We're hoping for the double top here. We've been talking about this M pattern now for a while. And I keep breaking down the idea that the dollar needs to make this M and dump to the downside, and that would be the relief rally for Bitcoin. Also, I've been showing the 2-week chart on the dollar index. And if you look at the 2-week chart, every time we get really extended here on the stochastics RSI, we start coming down. We start coming down. And here we are again with an M pattern. We got bearish divergence because right here you got swing down and swing down, even though that's a swing up. And you're overbought here. Yes, the 2-week could come up a little more and get one more, but like at what point must you eventually take a massive pullback? RSI is basically the highest it's been since 2015 on the dollar index. So it's coming down. And honestly, look at this. Might I add, which I haven't seen before, and this is why you should come to the channel every day, is this a head and shoulder pattern forming for the dollar? And it may be. And this is what we need, okay? This is what we need. Let's zoom back into the 4-hour, show you what we're seeing. We'll get rid of this here for now. And this is why it's important to look at all these different factors. Sad to say, that's a bit of a cup and handle. Sebby cup and handy. I hope it doesn't play out. They play out like 90% of the time. That's why I play those patterns the most. You are at a resistance right here. All right. And you're getting overbought. I'd like to see this roll over. Take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour wants to roll over at resistance. Let this be the down. Come on. And we start to dump. Lower highs and lower lows. Let's make a lower low and dump to the downside here. The dollar index desperately needs to dump for Bitcoin to pump. That's it. All right. And we want to see this drop to the downside here on the dollar index. We'll keep you updated. Right now, the 1 hour suggests we will get a relief rally for Bitcoin on the 1 hour. And this is about to roll over. Let's take a look at the 15-minute, which gives us more of exact. Yeah, and the 15 minutes overbought as well here on the dollar index. About to roll over. So I'm expecting a rollover for the dollar index in the next hour to 2 hours. That would help Bitcoin kind of stop the carnage for a second here. Let's take a look at the total market cap. And we got a beautiful rip to the upside. It was amazing. We did have this head and shoulder pattern that tried to dump, but we got held by the what? The bullish divergence last night, right? Remember? And we called it out for Bitcoin. It was the same idea here. I hadn't looked at this since the morning. So, but you have to call it out when you see it, right? Just so you know you see it. That way you're ready if it does happen. If it doesn't, then you're pleasantly surprised, okay? But look, swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up, bullish divergence. We bounce back up, but look, we gave so much of it back. We hit this resistance point at $930 billion, $929, $930, $930 billion. Now, we're retesting this diagonal support. You don't want to see us break back into the pattern. We must get a recovery out of this to the upside here. Sorry. We want this to bounce. Desperately need a bounce here out of this zone. It's about, yeah. Like, we need a bounce out of this for sure. You see? And to basically retest the top of this trend line. All right. Now, you were in a rising wedge. You bearishly retested it. And now you're bearishly retesting this support as well. So you're in a range. This was also, look, a rising wedge that broke to the downside. Get out of here. All right. This level needs to hold. Must hold. All right. With the 1 hour being that high, that's not a good look. And it's really telling us that I almost want to raise this. Like, is this the possible idea here? And we're just headed down to the downside. You see that? This is the total market cap of all of crypto, and it's looking bearish right now. Really bearish. So 15-minute needs to throw a Hail Mary here out of this falling wedge. See what it can do. I've seen it happen in my lifetime, but it's not likely. Can the 15-minute throw a Hail Mary out of this? And again, at the end of the day, just, bulls must break back above this zone, or we will remain bearish. It's very simple. You don't see the total market cap get above $944 billion, we're going to get rejected and continue down because you already fell out of the bigger wedge, okay? So 914 billion you're at right now. And it really takes you back again. You're back to that 5 minute, and you need this 5 minute to basically recover and get a bounce back to the upside. And look, we got the recovery so far. I suggested we would, right? We were calm. There was some bullish divergence there. Swing down to swing down. That's a sharp swing up on the 1 minute chart. And see, right when you got the bullish divvy, it played out. He'd even called it out here. This rounded and that rounded with that round and that round. It matched those. This is a very strange divergence finder, but sometimes it will find a divergence you will not see. So I add RSI with divs, okay? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. 500 people on the live. Can you believe it? 370 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. Beginner's course today, every Tuesday. Yeah, everyone, we have the beginner's course today. It's filling up fast. I think we have 14 people in the course. It is awesome. I'm so excited about that. We're going to have a big course today. We're going to have a blast. It gets recorded. You get a copy of that. You get a copy of the PowerPoint. You get 2 cheat sheets and more. So jump on in, man. I'm telling you right now, let's get that logo up. Where is it? Where are you? There it is. Learn the language of the charts. And what is this course all about? I break down technical analysis, okay? I break down, I'm not going to teach you like how to find coins and stuff like that. I show you what Bitcoin is. I talk about how I got into Bitcoin. I give you a little bit of my life story of how I found Bitcoin, what got me into it in the first place, right? We talk a little bit about gold. We talk about the world economy, all right? In the first 10, 15 minutes, I give you a bit of a history lesson and a bit of an education on what's happening to the world economy. On top of that, you then learn the language of the charts. We break down how I find what I find, like basically what indicators I'm using. What is the MACD? What is the RSI? I give you a 9-point checklist that I go through before I get into any trade. This is the book. This is the Bible. Once you take this course, you are a lifer. Most people jump on into the trading group immediately after that because they love the course so much. I'm telling you right now, that course is amazing, and it's for $99. Everyone else in the entire industry is charging way more for the same information. I'm telling you right now, this course alone will get you. So many people said they took the course and their life was never the same. Just listen to them. Don't listen to me. Listen to them. Listen to the people. Let the people speak for you, and they will guide you. All right. So look, there was a bullish divergence there. Thank God that head and shoulder got negated. We did get the V-shaped recovery back to the upside so far. This is why you must watch the smaller time frame charts. Okay. 5 minute does also want to recover back to the upside. Okay. And you can even say, we just need a big, if we can get back into this wedge, the wedge will break back up to the upside. 15 minutes oversold. 1 hour could flip on you, and the 4 hour is bullish. Remember that. The 4 hour is oversold. It is low, all right? It's trying to do some bearish engulfing, but we could get a wick back to the upside there, all right? Remember the point of control that we have to contend with. So you watch the smaller time frames now. You got to get back inside the pattern, in my humble opinion, to remain bullish, all right? Otherwise, you're bearishly retesting this pattern, all right? What I like to do, too, is I like to go and just look at Bitcoin clean on, like, the Coinbase chart. I like to delete everything. And look, you have a high range and a low range. You're back at the low range again. Somewhat of a shoulder head and a right shoulder, even though it's a sloppy inverted. And I look, and one thing I keep showing everybody too is this idea here. I mean, that's a bear flag with a pole and a measured move to about 17,000. You could be conservative and just take the length of this and say, okay. Still about an $18,700 Bitcoin that coincides with these candle closings. I mean, the tweezer bottoms do suggest a bounce, but we got tweezer bottoms there and it did nothing for us. So in a bear market, you got to be careful of like things that you can lean on in a bull market. All right. Just not the same. All right. I mean, this suggests we are going to dump your overbought on the 22. You're overbought on the daily. 22 during that curve, though. This is interesting. And that's why I stick to the 4 hour. A lot of times, the smaller time frames have got me out of a jam, and I would have stayed on the daily. I would have been pinned to something, right? This could also be considered an M. See that? That's why it's crucial this level holds right here on the 4 hour. At the end of the day, it's really just a falling wedge that's likely to break to the upside. And, like, do I dare call this a cup and handle? Savvy cup and handy to the upside. That three-point shot from the corner, all the way, nothing but net. Steph Curry, unbelievable. You know, Marv. All right. So this is what I see. I mean, bulls must break back above 21,800. I keep saying this. This has been my, like, if you're in my trading group, you're going to hear me say this, like, every day. Like, bulls must get above. They must get above 21,800. You know? There's really no, that's it. You know, you get above there, there's a chance we can make our move back. You don't, this bear flag continues, and we drop to the downside. So a line in the sand here for Bitcoin for sure. You know what I'm saying? A line in the sand for Bitcoin for sure. So that's my assessment of Bitcoin. Right now, I'm bullish on the 4-hour. And honestly, this could even open up here. I've seen this happen. And there's a chance. Look, there's a chance. I'm just being open-minded here. We make a right shoulder here. You see that? Before we ended up breaking out. Let me zoom in for you because I know I'm being like Jedi mind trick here. All right? Just something to think about. I'm just open-minded to any and all scenarios. The right shoulder would fit right in there. All right? I'd like to see this trend line hold, though, that we're trying to hang out on right here. All right? So this is Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell, everybody. 1 hour is sketch. So the 15-minute needs to throw a Hail Mary, right? And at the end of the day, it's this little falling wedge here that needs to break back up to the upside and get back in, remember, into this channel that we had. So we can continue and go the measured move that the 15-minute wants to make. See that? But we got to get back inside the pattern. We don't break in the pattern, it's a wrap. All right? So here's our, you know, can we shoulder, head, and shoulder our way back inside this pattern? Okay? And that's the question that everybody, you know, can we break back up? And that's why I believe the 1 minute is crucial to watch. And let's go back to our, so like, you see kind of how I come to my conclusions and the information I'm giving you? You got to get back in this pattern for this pattern to continue up. It's that simple. You variously retested by this area, you're going to dump. So like, you want to get back above 21K, you know? All right. And then the bigger pattern at play. So if all that happens and plays out, and that can also play out and make that right shoulder for the 4 hour, and you'll still be okay. Okay. So that's my assessment of Bitcoin live, right? There's a lot of action going on there. Sometimes I just forget exactly which chart I was on, right? When we were on the 1 minute there. Okay, this is good. This is a good sign because you're continuously digging out. Look at this. And this is a good, you know, that measure move breaks you back in the pattern on the 1 minute. See that? And then you could say it was a liquidity grab. Let's take a look back at BOOKMAP and see how that's kind of figuring out for us. And does that make sense? All right. They still want 20,005. You see a lot of orders here. It's thinning out up here. But you do see some orders up here. They could go up and grab that liquidity. They already grabbed a short here. Some buys did come in. So look, they did get the buys. That's that little flag. See the flag I just drew in the 1 minute? Same flag here. You see? You see what I'm saying? See this little flag? That's that little action here on the price action. Because remember, this is just like the 1 minute chart. See, that's the same flag right there. Are you picking up what I'm putting down now? You can see the price action inside a BOOKMAP. That doesn't blow your mind. Like, so, you know, and look, there's the head, the shoulder, it's just nuts. Anyway, so this is a little flag likely to break to the upside. I like to watch this too. And so I put my TA inside a BOOKMAP and they kind of hang together. And together in conjunction, I'm able to figure out something and see something different. It's just a whole new way to trading. I don't really see a lot of other traders doing it. I know people use BOOKMAP, but the way I do it is completely different. Watch the webinar I did with BOOKMAP. It's an hour of amazing information. Like, I never really channeled like that before. I was very challenged because I was with a new group of people, and I was like, wow, I'm going to like do something for this company. And I went above and beyond. You check it out, man. The BOOKMAP YouTube channel. Check out what we did over there. Pretty awesome. So far we're digging out of the hole. I found the bottom by finding this flag, right? By finding the divergence on the flag, and the divergence was able to tell us where the bottom would be. Okay? So far. Doesn't mean we can't go lower and this ain't, you can't collapse, but so far. And so I just taught you, whenever you see a massive dump or you see a quick movement in price, you're going to go to a smaller time frame to reassess the situation. You're going to have to learn your patterns, learn your support and resistance. You're going to slap them into the local support and resistance real quick. You're going to see what's happening. And then you're going to reassess the situation. You're going to, over time, you're going to know more about patterns and how they play out and how they need to break back inside of themselves, or how once you ruin a pattern, you kind of destroy the probability of the price movement going in a certain way. And you got to look for a new pattern now to kind of break that, back in. Okay. Now you got a channel here, see? And you would like this channel to hold back to the upside, you see? Okay. And it's coming down to the 1 minute. And I don't stick on the 1 minute, and I don't trade the 1 minute. I want to make this very clear for beginners. 1 minute is treacherous. It'll throw your emotions up and down. I don't want you jumping in. Like if someone just watched me right now, they're like, oh, this guy is showing beginners how to trade the 1 minute. What a clown. I would completely agree with that. Beginners stick to the 1 hour, the 4 hour, even the daily time frame. Zoom out to boom out. Make sure smaller time frames are for people that have been trading for a lot longer period of time. However, it doesn't mean you can't zoom into the smaller time frame to assess the situation, to get the information you need. It's very similar to being in a lab as a scientist, and you're zooming in to see the smaller time frame. You're using the smaller time frame to assess the situation. Look, the 777s again. This level needs to hold right now on the 1 minute for our bounce to occur. You see, and this is resistance. You can see it's an SR flip on the smaller time frame. So interesting, right? And you could use this information on a bigger time frame. You could trade this same type of setup on the 4 hour, on the 2 hour. It all depends. How does the 2 hour look for Bitcoin? Not too good. Does still have some momentum, but it's getting a bearish cross right now. And look at that nasty engulfing. 2 hour just took a dump to the downside. Really was the 2 hour showing you, wow, 2 hours suggests we're about to take a pounding. And this Adam and Eve is about to play out to the downside. Interesting. I'm going to look at a new chart. Just look at the 2 hour real quick and just be open-minded. And I don't mean to confuse you, but this is how I trade. I just don't, I'm always trying to see if there's something I'm missing. I always want to be able to, assess the situation. Now, I haven't seen anyone draw this yet. I really haven't. And it's a beautiful pattern. We must hold this trend line, though, for sure, And it is an Adam and Eve. It's an upside-down, inverted Adam and Eve. I mean, shout out to the guy who said that on the live. I didn't come up with that. I did see it last night, though, in another, I have a mentor. I looked at what he said. I don't get to, it's funny, I have a mentor, and I had, the guy that I joined a trading group 4 years ago, and I never even get to see what he says anymore because I'm so busy. What happens is you get so busy in your analysis, like you don't really have time to look at other people's analysis. It's very similar to a quarterback. Like he's not studying the other quarterback's plays. He's studying his team's plays because you get in your own zone with your TA. Like last night, I drew my patterns and I was watching, and so you get in your zone with the technical analysis, And you just eventually just want to see your own technical analysis. You don't really want to see anyone else's because it may throw you off, or or you want to stay in your pocket. Your pocket. It's important to keep your own pocket. To me, this could come here. Or it could be slightly slanted then, but it has a measured move to like 18,000. This, so we gotta watch it. 2 hour can't dump us. 1 hour can't dump us. Somehow the 15-minute has to throw a Hail Mary in here and make a move. Look, it's kind of the same idea as the falling wedge that we broke out of last night. You see? It's funny. See, it's a micro. Look. Because you have this hump that comes out of the wedge. Let me show you what I mean. See? So the 15-minute must break out of this falling wedge to the upside. It has to. And you know what's funny is this 7-minute has swing up to swing up and swing down to swing down. It has hidden bullish, which is that's a hidden bullish divergence right there. I've almost never seen it like that on the 7-minute. Usually I'm looking at it on a bigger time frame, but I can't say that it's not hidden bullish, you know. And again, just the bulls need to break back above the zone. So, all right. And this is the chart you want to kind of hang on to. Bulls must get above 21,800. You don't get above 21,800, you can kiss every scenario goodbye, right? The 7-minute and the 15-minute need to break to the upside out of this falling wedge. When you zoom out to the 4-hour, you can't break this bottom trend. If you break this trend, you're basically breaking support at this 20,533 area, and you're likely to come down to 19,900. Then your next level is 19,000 even, and then you're looking at the 1888 and then 17,000, right? So what do I think is going to happen? You know, after all that we've done and all that I talk about, well, do I make a trade right now? Technically, no, right? Because I need to see certain levels hold before I decide to stay in a trade. Now, I would like to see, and again, you're going to watch this level break, it bearishly retest and dump. You're going to look for a bearish retest of this level or this level to open a short. Trades are opened on retest of support and resistance. You watch support or resistance on smaller time frames once you assess the bigger time frames, and then when they make or break, you then make the play that you see on the bigger time frame, and that's how I trade. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I do and say should be taken as financial advice. So a pro trader, you can never really pinpoint their entry because they may be like, I don't know when I'm getting in until I get in. You get it? Because I'm waiting for a certain candle to close on a certain time frame above a support zone. Once I get that, I go for it. Or I'm looking for a divergence and a candle to close above divergence. Like last night, once the divergence occurred, once one candle closed, then you go bullish. You don't go bullish immediately. You see what I'm saying? So you're waiting for certain things to occur and then assessing the situation. All right? That makes sense to everybody. So right now, I watched the 15-minute and the 7. They need to break back above 21,200. Then we can go to the other areas here and the other areas, and we can talk about the bigger zones. These smaller time frames need to play out. Just like before you go on a 7-hour drive, you drive out of your driveway and take a first left out of your street, right? The Bitcoin needs to drive out of the driveway and take a right out of its street before it can continue anywhere. The smaller time frames need to play out before anything can occur. That's why I love when people just throw these numbers, going to 50K, 15K tomorrow, blah, 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 And it's like, so realistically, could we go to $15,000 Bitcoin? Honestly, there's a real chance we could. Don't listen to the moon boys that say there's no way, that we've bottomed already, and don't listen to the bear boys that claim we have to go to 10K and we're going all the way to the bottom. I don't know what's going to happen to Bitcoin. I stay open-minded. What I do know is I use the 2-week chart. And whenever Bitcoin on the 2-week chart is extremely low, like it is now, like right there, and right where we are now, these 1, 2, 3 times, that was your low in the bear market. That was your pandemic. Whenever it's low, I dollar cost average into Bitcoin. All right. I don't DCA into here. Here I was buying 200 here, 300 here, little bits. Here I started buying 500, 1,000, 5,000, When we got into the 29s, 26s, 21s, 19s, I started buying more and more Bitcoin in these areas, stacking my sats, okay? It's worked out for me for the last 5.5 years since I found Bitcoin in late 2016 into 2017, okay? And I've continuously been buying it ever since whenever we get into these horribly low periods. I couple that with the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. I know other people have seen this, but I couple that with this Crypto Fear and Greed Index, and it's at a 10. I mean, whenever it's near single digits, it was at a 7 recently, a 10. Whenever that happens, bang. And I just got an alert going off. Let's take a look what that alert was on Hero. Let's take a look why I have an alert going off for Hero. So I wanted Hero to come down to the bottom trend line on the 1 hour. Look, see, just getting started, and you have a lot of room to come down. That could Bart Simpson to the downside. 15-minute did come to the low. So I was waiting for the 15-minute to hit the sweet spot. That's what my assessment was. We did just hit the sweet spot on the 15-minute. Now, if Bitcoin bounces, the whole market will bounce. We're looking for a bounce here. But that's how I trade. And I just wanted to show you the alert that I placed on, and it was down here on the stochastics RSI. When that hits, I get an alert telling me there you go. Huge M pattern on the 2-week chart. Bitcoin's 2-week chart? Yeah, that's an M right there. But the M was over here though, right? Right there, you know. And if you did have to take your measured move of the M, I think it takes you to a negative Bitcoin though, so it just doesn't make sense. Whenever your measured move is negative, it can't. Then I've learned this because I backtested this before. I saw like a certain shape here, and I was like, oh, rising wedge break to the downside. It gives you like a negative 4,000 Bitcoin, and I'm like, impossible. So I negate TA that has a negative measured move. We could be fun and try to do this. Okay. And pretty much like, you know, 16,000, 17,000. That's kind of what we did. I'm happy with that. You know, that's conclusive. Another thing that a lot of people saw that is legit is this was a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. The measured move of the head and shoulder is basically kind of where we went, and that's 15,066, you know. So just, yeah, I'm with you on that, Dave, you know. But I'm just telling you guys the special sauce that I've been using to gain wealth. I've been buying Bitcoin on the lows, and I've been holding for 4 years, and it's been paying off beautifully. Also, this is something that I'm now assessing, and I just brought up, like, I think I brought up like a few weeks ago. But this is technically, you know, I know we're skipping that, but it doesn't get into the realm of the next one. So technically that's legit. That's hidden bullish. Tells us that the trend will continue to the upside, and you will make a higher high, higher than this high. And yes, you could go a little lower, little lower, little lower. You could even go all the way to about here, 10,000, and still have hidden bullish divergence. But I just want to point that out. That is hidden bullish divergence. Okay. Let's get back into the ideas here. Shout out to the $5 super chat. Why would you negate it? Just use the fib extensions on the right side of the M. It gives you better targets regardless. Honestly, yes and no. And that's also an opinion. I kind of want 10K Bitcoin so I can buy one straight up. Hey man, who doesn't? And that's another reason I don't know if it will go there, because the little guy will get exactly what they want, and they don't ever give the little guy what they want. Never happens that easy for the little guy, you know? Honestly, if there is a 10K, it'll probably happen in the middle of the night, like bloop, and most people will be too afraid to get it. They'll be in so much fear watching their altcoins dip, and then they'll start hearing people say 5K and see. The problem is when we get to 10K, or we're on our way down, 12K, everyone's going to start saying 4K and 3K. You're also going to start seeing people say 2,000, crypto life changer, just because all the knowledge shouldn't be free. Shout out to the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. But you know what? If you take care of God's people, God takes care of you. You know, I spread the knowledge that I learned out, and God makes sure that I am well taken care of. I'm telling you right now. So shout out to God for always being there for me and all the lifers. Much respect to you and yours. Thank you so much for helping me out in my journey. My channel did get taken away a year and a half ago. I got on my hands and knees. I prayed to God. I said, God, if you give me this wish, if you give me this dream, please. It happened. I got exactly what I needed. And man, ever since then, I have never looked back. I fired my boss, and we've been flying at the speed of light. Shout out to David Brumbley Jr. jumping on it to the triple 100s. Yeah, I feel you. Just 10K would be nice, round number to buy one at. It would be. I remember when Bitcoin was at 4,000 in 2018, and a lot of YouTubers were calling for 1K. Yep. I know we were in a bear market, but this is really starting to look similar going into last July. It is. I understand what you're saying there too. And then we ended up having kind of a pump there in some of the alts too. So total market cap needs to hold 911. Creepy, huh? But it needs to hold 911 for us to continue to the upside at this range. Total 3 is the entire market cap of all the alts, and it got slaughtered. Look at this shoulder-headed shoulder. Just got slaughtered to the downside. This is the same idea here. It's got to hold this level, and it's kind of where Bitcoin's sitting, right? Trying to do a shoulder head and inverted head and shoulder there. It's, you know, forming a move. Take a look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour broke out, and it's kind of retesting the neckline here of this inverted head and shoulder. It wants to bounce back to the upside, and it's in a falling wedge. It's kind of like a giant cup and handle. This level must hold for the alts, $370 billion. All right. You know, sad right now. It looks like you're going to come at least down to the bottom of the panel. I'll give this one line. Yeah, you could go here then. This will be the last area here, bouncing off $364 billion. All right. At 10K, you only buy one. Some people might only be able to afford one, man. Don't be rude. You know what I'm saying? Didn't he just say he fired his boss? LOL. Fire my boss. I like that, man. You got to fire your boss, dude. Man, I fired my boss a long time ago, man, and I will never, ever hire him back. He's done, dude. He didn't work hard enough. I had to get rid of him. That's how I did it. That's how I did it. I knocked on his door. He opened up. I said, listen, those TPS reports haven't been in my office every Sunday. You're fired. I had a dream, 9K. It felt so real. Lifer, is it a sign? You never know. You never know, Mizzell. It could be. Absolute classic. Fired my bosses too, man. Tom Crypto. Welcome to the club, brother. Welcome to the club. It'll be the hardest thing you ever did. Bosses for 13 years. Shout out to Dustin Cava, my man. Dude, that's how you do it. My boss is malicious, vindictive, and selfish. Yes, he is. Because he runs the company. And you got to get rid of him. Been blessed, so getting to choose what I do with my day. Been so blessed getting to choose what... Yeah, Dustin, you're the man, dude. Sup, Lifer? Nice to see you. Shout out to Justin Burdick. Thank you for coming on in. I sent my boss back in. Slacker. You're funny. Lifer, what's your top two alts, man? My top two alts that I hold right now, what do I hold long term? Cardano, really. Cardano and Ethereum, really. Like, I DCA a little bit. I like Naka. Just at the price, I'm not a huge fan at the moment. So let's break down the S&P 500. And we talked about the reversal back here out of the inverted. We nailed that. So we got that. We talked about it possibly being in a giant inverted here. That, could be something. We're just projecting that right now. Let's zoom into the smaller time frame, see what happened here on the 1 hour. So we had this inverted. We suggested this would break out. It did break out, but it hit the top exact resistance here. And we could not get above resistance. And now we're falling to the downside on the 1 hour time frame. Can we reassess? Let's see what's happening here. And it was slightly bearish divergence too. But, let's see if the 15-minute is overbought. Yes, and can we hold? So this is different. Bitcoin kind of broke down, broke back in. This broke out, broke back down. Kind of weird, right? So can this stay in the channel and then continue to the... If this stays in the channel, then there's nothing wrong. We can delete this. We can delete all that. We had that channel up. But this could break to the upside like so. All right? And this is what we need to see. This is what we want to see happen here. 15-minute oversold, bounce back above. But again, at the end of the day, you got to start breaking through the resistance points. So that 15 minutes got to show us love. It's got to flip the 1 hour. And then the 1 hour's got to get above these resistance points. We take a look at our 4 hour time frame, and it's starting to curve just like Bitcoin. However, that's a bearish engulfing candle. That's also an M. And that's a mixed signal, right? We need a wick back up here and destroy this candle so it doesn't look so bad. That is an M. The M will take you basically right down to your next resistance. You're really, free falling like Tom Petty all the way to about, 3,831. Free falling. Yeah, free falling. Sorry. Anyway, so that's the idea for the S&P 500. Yikes. Looking a little sketch right now, too, and continuously dropping a little bit here. 15-minute, 7-minute need to hold their ground and show us some love right now. 5-minute time frame. You see the bullish divergence here on the 5. Swing up, swing down, and swing down. And this is more sideways. Show us the moves, baby. S&P needs a bounce. S&P and NASDAQ in the process of crashing. Man, we'll take a look at the daily. I agree. Daily's overbought. See that? You know, let's get rid of these for now. We nailed it. We don't have to go over it anymore. But yeah, we've been in this horrible downtrend, you see? And so the S&P must get above 4,217 to remain bullish. Like, that's your neck. If not, you're just making a lower high, and you're going to make a lower low and continue the downtrend, right? Which doesn't bode well for Bitcoin as well, because they've been coupled recently, all right? And the daily's about to get overbought. So 4 hour has to throw some Hail Mary here. 1 hour 15. Really, the 15 and the 7 need to show that we're gonna hold this support and get back above it. Otherwise, we're gonna head back down into the doldrums. Right now, these small time frames really are kind of showing us what may happen on the bigger time frames later on in the next few days. We break this level, sayonara for Bitcoin too. And it looks like we're pushing down, man. Major sell-off. Seems like there's a lot of fear right now in the markets, you know. The news is pushing a lot of nonsense too. I read the news today, CNBC, like, biggest investors are selling off. Bill Gates selling all his stocks or something, you know, like, it's like, you know, I am not a fan of that dude at all. I just want to make it clear, but whatever, it is what it is. Anyway, so USDT, Tether, wants to bounce on the daily, and we've been talking about this for Bitcoin too, and we've been like, this doesn't bode well for Bitcoin. We went over it yesterday. We even showed you the hidden bullish divergence on the daily. See? Look at the daily has it. Maybe it was the 4 hour that we were on. Yeah. And, you know, it's starting to push out. You got a shoulder head and a shoulder here too. Now, the 4 hour wants to dump on you. This is like what we need. So, like, we just, yeah, it could pump, but we need this to dump. And Bitcoin to kind of get above an area. Then it gets rejected here, and it comes back down here. And then that kind of kills the idea that the daily can break out of the falling wedge. So we need the 4 hour to put the kibosh on this daily pump. All right? Now, if the daily does pump, our one last line of defense is a double top, which would be Bitcoin's double bottom at 17,005, you know? So this is what we need. We need the dollar to double top and finally make a massive dump. 2 week chart, as I keep saying, every time we've been high on US Tether dominance here on the 2 week, massive rally for Bitcoin, massive rally for Bitcoin, massive rally for Bitcoin. 2 week chart is beginning red already. You see? And you have tweezer tops here suggesting that you're about to dump on Tether dominance, which is interesting. Now, could that mean just a sell-off in the whole market? Because everyone would leave Tether altogether and go back into USD. So that is also kind of scary, right? So that's just another outward thought. It's not all one way. You got to be able to kind of see the possibilities there. CNBC narrative, not news. It's a shame. Yeah, it's so crazy. Bill Gates is questionable. But world wouldn't be where it is now without him. But also, no, I mean, who he was as a young man was amazing. Who he became as an older man is horrible and gross. You know what I'm saying? It just, he was corrupted. It's obvious, you know. We'll move on, though. I don't want to talk about it. Inverted head and shoulders on Ethereum, 1 hour. Interesting. I keep seeing 12,875 in my head. It's a sign of a big pump from an alt or a big dump from the king. Dude, I don't know what you're seeing in your head, man. And none of that is a sign. The only sign I'm seeing is in the charts, man. All right. Yeah, I mean, this makes sense. BNB is continuously creating an ecosystem where you can use it, right? And so, look, we talked about BNB breaking up to the upside for Bitcoin. Someone asked me to go over this yesterday or the day before. And so we did. And look, it banged on you to the upside. Look at this. We went over this. Will you pick it up what we were putting down? It did kind of try to stop out, though. See that? What a shady wick right there. And then it would pump back to the upside. Shady wicks. Shady wicks, man. And it's overbought on the daily now. May continue, but I would watch the daily. The pattern is bullish. But just as the daily may reset back to the downside one more time. So that's a good sign. Bitcoin may be kind of doing something big. Bill Gates stole it. Yeah, he did, all right? Selling 333 more frequently. Yeah, you will. You'll see it all the time if you become a lifer. I always found it strange that my BNB ecosystem coins are traded on KuCoin, but not on Binance. Yeah, well, it's a completely different decentralized world. Do you see the rejection near 21K recently as bearish retest, or a larger wedge starting from the June 18 dip is what I'm seeing? I did see it as a bearish retest chemistry, bro. I did, yep. I'm sticking to that until we break back above 21,750. And that's why I keep saying that the bulls must break above that to remain bullish. All right. Right now, you're also, look, not the best sign, because when we go to the dollar index, I want this M to occur. Like it would be beneficial for the M to occur. But you are flagging out here. Hold up. I just pull this down a little bit. That's what no, I'm sorry. Don't do that. Look. You didn't hear it. You didn't hear it, okay? You didn't hear it. $333 Ascending Masters. Shout out to Tom Crypto. Something about the 333 follows me around everywhere I go. My wife now that she's getting into the group, she gets all the 333 stuff now. Her flight was 33 minutes. She does one thing. It's just crazy, man. It's everywhere. Everyone, today is the beginner's course. You can still sign up if you email CryptoLifers@gmail and pay in cryptocurrency, or if you pay in PayPal. Today's the beginner's course. You can hang out with me for another 2.5 hours. It's from 3 to 5:30. Had to extend it an extra half an hour because I always go over. So it's from 3 to 5:30 Eastern time. That's New York City time. Just type in where you live and type in what is the time in New York City. Real easy way to figure this out. That's why I say New York City time, because everybody knows New York City time, baby. You can find New York City time real easily. That's America Eastern Standard Time. Jump on in, learn the language of the charts, figure out everything I'm doing here, how to set up your trading view chart. What is a candle? What are candle bodies? What are wicks? How to read a candle. I'm taking it from the basics all the way up to the end of the charts. At the end, you have a awesome 9-point checklist that you get to go home with. You have a 9-page, I believe, PowerPoint, proper risk management, stop loss calculator. What is the MACD, the moving average convergence and divergence, how it works in conjunction with the moving averages, what a death cross, what a golden cross, what are the stochastics RSI, how I was able to buy Bitcoin on the lows and where, the techniques I used, and a little bit of backstory of who I am and how I got into Bitcoin. This will blow your mind. I can't wait to teach it. I teach it every Tuesday from 3 to 5. I can't wait to see you there. Invest in yourself. This $99, a lot of the $99 you spend in your life come and go. This will stay with you for the rest of your life. Get yourself the education. I'm going to give it to you every Tuesday from 3 to 5. All right. So check it out. The dollar index could be bumping on that daily. I don't like to see this. What I want this to do, though, if it does such, is pump up one more time and create just a massive bearish div, right? And have this pump down, and have this pump down and just, have another hill and just massive bearish divergence. And then we can just call this a day, all right? Have you posted anything in the Discord during the live? Because I can't get my notifications to work lately. People keep saying their notifications can't work, like 2 or 3, though. See, the thing is, I have 600 people in the trading group, right? 640. Let's see how many people we have in the trading group. Now, I watch over the whole trading group, and I see everybody, right? 641. And when you break it down, right, I only have like 6 or 7 people saying they can't get their notifications. So of the 600, and that could be wrong, but I only see 6 or 7 people saying this. So of the 641 people, we have a very small minority not getting notifications. I don't know what's happening. A bunch of people said, hey, check this, check that. There's a few different settings you could be having. It could be on your phone. There's settings in your phone, like notifications are you have to go into the app on your phone, the Discord app on your phone, and set notifications. Now, I'm not in anybody's Discord where I need notifications. I have to be honest. I run my own Discord, and I don't get notifications from anywhere else. I have them turned off because they're annoying, and they make a sound every 5 seconds, right? So I have them turned off. Right now, you'd be hearing them doom, 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 doom. So I have them turned off. So I'm not the best guy to ask about the notifications, personally, because I don't use them and I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Says you need everyone. Yeah. Honestly, I post I post all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would constantly be checking the Discord. Like, I would put on an alert on your phone, and every half an hour, I would check the Discord. Honestly, I know it's crazy, but that's like, and I guess sometimes I put an alert, like, check this right now. I get that. But, you know, you could set alerts. See, I teach you how to set alerts on your... See, I teach you how to set alerts. So the alerts on the trading view should actually also hit you to when something's going to happen. In a way, right? So it's interesting. For phone notifications, you need to change the settings for the whole CryptoLifer Discord, not the specific Lifer exclusive. Ah, see what he just said. Lifer, I'm digging the shirt, straight banging on him. Shout out to Casted Williams. Thank you so much. No, Sam, bro, I don't get notifications on my mobile. Yeah, just 55 likes to the 500. Yeah, I want to make sure, yeah. If you could just use the 99 livers when you do the Bitcoin update videos, that would help a lot. Really? Yeah, but the problem with that is you guys keep talking and it will get lost. I'll post it to both places if you want. I could do that, you know? ES1 is dumping, says my man. Can Hero hold? Yeah, massive dump. It's not good for Bitcoin, honestly, at all. However, we're super oversold in the 15, like I showed you. $7-minute needs to bounce. Just what has to happen right now. It's a very ugly pattern, too. That's just gross. It's weird. It's kind of the Adam and Eve. You see it? There's your Adam, and there's your Eve. Yeah. Inverted Adam and Eve. It's not good for BTC. Not at all. Our baby keeps pushing, though. It just doesn't matter. The gains just keep coming for USTC. USTC, I just can't believe it. So, regardless of what Bitcoin does, this continues to pump on the 7-minute chart. I believe we put this out at the beginning of the live, up 35%. Pretty nuts. Another little flag there to the upside. I'm astounded by that. Yeah, I mean, I want everything to work exactly how it's supposed to. So when I see people say, I can't get a no, I'm like, what? Like, what is that all about? You know? So I'll like contact Discord and like go to the higher ups and be like, listen, like, I'm using your program to the highest of its capabilities. Like, how dare you even hold me down or hold me back? You know? So let's take a look here. USTC here. I just want to see, did I post that little flag? Yeah, look at this. So funny. You can see the flag, but you can see the flag right here. Like, so I'm like, we hit for gains, and then I have another flag there. That flag would go up for 33% right from that moment. Like, no stop loss got hit in the making of that trade. And that was posted at 8:17 this morning for more gains. So, like, it just doesn't stop. Like, you could see it. Pretty nuts. So, yeah, Bitcoin's struggling. The market's iffy, and we still find where the money is. Doesn't really matter, right? Clever Finance looking pretty nice, looking clever. Dang, look at that. I remember going over this, too. We went over this up here. But I remember being on my radar a few weeks back. Clever and banging on them. I always feel like I want it all. Like, I got it. Whatever I missed one, I'm like, damn, I should have got it all. I needed every single piece of that market. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Go to Discord on your phone and go to your profile in the bottom right-hand corner. In that tab, you will see notifications, and you can personalize your alerts within there. Look what he just said. Go to Discord on your phone. Go to your profile in the bottom right-hand corner. There you can personalize alerts. We should have a meeting. I almost have like an admin meeting. And we're going to go through it all. We have the best team here and the best group of people that are the most dedicated. So we'll just go through it until we figure it out. It's that simple, you know. Smash that like button. Really helps the channel. Thank you. Yep. Good night, Sammy. Man, love you, bro. Shout out to Bharat Bhatia, man. Have a great night, man. Hope you have a wonderful night of sleep. I'll see you tomorrow. I've learned just to check the channels every hour. And he's right. The trading view alerts serve as the preliminary check the Discord. Yeah, like if I say you set an alert somewhere, set an alert, and then you won't miss a move for Bitcoin because you would have set your alert on TradingView. Bang. Server to the big, server too big. Admin should tag at CryptoLifer group to get notifications. Admin should tag at CryptoLifer group? This is something that seemed to affect some people over the last 2 weeks only. Interesting. Yeah, exactly. We're going to get to the bottom of it. We'll figure it out. I don't have the capacity for it. It's a waste. It's not a waste of my time, but it is a waste of my time. Someone in my crew has to take care of it for us, and we'll make sure my wife will get on it. We'll get an assistant to look into it, and we'll figure it out. If I spend time figuring that out, I won't be in the charts doing what I need to do. I've learned my focus is where it needs to be, and that's how you get somewhere in life. The slight edge. Nail the same thing. That's how you chop a tree down. You hit the same place in the tree, the same place in the tree, the same place in the tree. You see what I'm saying? I can't chop a piece of twig here, a twig there, a twig over there, and then run a trading group. Just not going to happen. So we will get this down and figured out, but I honestly can't really, that's why I just email my wife. She will be on it. She was away. She was traveling with family. She's home today. We have big meetings with the group. We will talk about it at a group meeting. I will go over it in depth, and we'll say, hey, what is going on? How can we contact Discord? What can we do to make this happen? All right. So Matic 3L in a giant cup and handle. Just something interesting. Pumped. Then it came back down for a retrace. It does have a big level here of resistance. It's a range-bound resistance. I would like to see a bounce here. You get a little bit of swing up to swing up and swing down to swing down. We've been seeing hidden bullish everywhere in the chats. This looks scrumptious to me. Now, the 1 hour is not in our favor, so I put an alert here. And Bitcoin could ruin this. This could dump and all the way go down to the downside. But I put an alert here. And can the 50-minute oversold hold us down? So when this pumps back up and the 1 hour moves, do we just stay in the channel? But I'm liking what I'm seeing on the 4 hour time frame. But that's why my trading group is not a signals group. If I post this right now to the trading group, it does not mean buy it right now because it's not in the sweet spot. The 1 hour has to find out. We have to watch Bitcoin. This is something, though, that you can put on your radar, right? And you can now have, so right, what I tell everyone, you should have an Excel spreadsheet. You should be posting every link that I post in that Excel spreadsheet into like in an organized manner, and then and then you should go through each of them and you should find the ones and then write notes. 1 hour isn't where it needs to be. I'm sending alert on the 1 hour. This, blah, 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 blah. And then you should have 10 trades waiting in a nice Excel spreadsheet for yourself. You need to meet me halfway. I'm going to do everything I can, but you need to meet me halfway. Okay? You see what I'm saying? So if you jump into my trading group and you buy Matic 3L right now and you lose money and you say, oh, this trading group's not, because we're not a signals group. We're an educational center. We're going to teach you how to follow along into the chart so you can make the entry yourself. Anyone can just slap charts in your face and tell you this is, and again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing we do and say should be taken as financial advice. And we don't tell you what to buy and sell. What we do is we empower you to become a crypto lifer. We want you to become me. That's the plan, You should see the Airtable. So easy for you guys to organize your charts. It means Matic will dump at Sage. Yes. Bottom of the handle could be bouncing off the 200 for the bottom of the handle. He said doo-doo. I've been playing, I was running out of characters, Dusted Kava, but yeah, most people have all the alerts turned off due to the DMs, whatnot, without even knowing it, or they could be in multiple Discords and have them. My 2-lever charts and alerts continue to disappear and reappear. I have to actually search for the folders, very odd. I can still find it, I just have to do a little more work to find. That doesn't make any sense, dude. That doesn't make any sense. It should look just like this. It should look nice and neat, just like that. You shouldn't have to find anything, It should look just like this, nice and neat. The Welcome Center, the announcements, the CryptoLifer exclusive, the 99, the AI alerts, right? The admin only room. Like you might not see the admin only room, but it should look just like this, nice and neat. If it doesn't, something's not right, And look at all these DMs I have. I will get to them, everybody. I will get to them. All right. All right. We already talked about the S&P. It's got to stop right here at the level it's at. That's all. 15 minute and the 7 minutes, it's going to bounce back up. So don't stress. Stochastics RSI are spot on, man. You don't open longs down here. I mean, short. Had you shorted here, price pumped on you, not a good look. Had you shorted here, price pumped on you, not a good look. Had you shorted here, price pumped on you. Had you shorted here. So you do not short when the stochastics are this low. And the RSI, it's not a good look. Likely we're going to get a bounce back to the upside. I would not stress. It's very likely. Again, anything is possible. Nothing I do and say should be taken as guaranteed fact. But there's a likely probability we bounce. Still not worth talking anymore. Yeah. Yeah, dude, it can't be something I talk about. Like, I can't deal. I'm sorry, and I know I run the group, and it's like, dude, but you run the group. We need to know. Yeah, but just let an admin know. Email my wife, and they'll take care of it. I'm gonna move on. I can't focus on anything but the charts. I gotta keep my slide edge. There's a reason why we hit so many gains in the group, because I do not let nonsense into my head. And I'm not saying that's nonsense. I want to make that really clear. But I'm very, very particular of what I let in my brain. I don't read random articles. I don't have random conversations. The second the conversation gets strange and negative, I leave it. I get away. I'm like, I don't want to be part of, negative energy. I can pick up on frequencies immediately. Once you vibrate very high and you live in a resonated sense, like you basically are a vibrating piece of energy, you won't, the second you feel something not vibrating right, you will remove yourself from the situation, like immediately. And that's how I live my life. Something's not vibrating right, I am out immediately. We are blessed to have Discord, even with the issues. It's a game-changing community comms platform. Don't get distracted, Lifer. Yeah, they get in my head, man. I did get distracted, see? PIVX making gains. Everyone, send in a super chat. Someone get me back into the game here and send in those super chats, and let's run it back in. 456 people on the live with the likes. That's amazing. Almost the likes up to the watchers. Back to the show. Vibes and waves. Let's take a look at waves to get myself back in the zone. Look at that shoulder, head and shoulder that was negated. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look at waves. One of my favorite coins to trade. I absolutely love waves. I just changed my settings to push notifications on Discord. Push notifications to the phone timeout if you have the app open on your computer. I changed it to 1 minute from 10 minutes. Interesting. And I'm going to put that into the Discord as well. Yeah, anything you guys know, let me know. Give me a nice little packaged group of information. All right, let's look at our baby waves. Waves, baby, waves. And do you guys like the yellow trend lines or the white trend lines? I was just thinking about that the other day. I wasn't sure kind of how I liked, I was like, a little in the middle. Slight bullish divergence here is this is a swing down on your bottom. You have your shoulder, your head, you have your right shoulder trying to form at the bottom of the trend line. However, the 1 hour just is not in your favor. The 1 hour and the 15 minute are just not set together yet. So that's also an M possible. So again, it comes down to everything else like Bitcoin. The 15 minute needs to pump and get us above the left resistance. If it doesn't, the 1 hour will roll over and continue to dump on you. So the 15 minute must get above this resistance and this resistance for waves. Looks like there may be a play for waves on the 15 minute to the upside here. Back to the resistance. Doesn't look like it's a huge percentage gain though. Let's take a look. 4.64% scalp for waves. And to me, yes, I would love to see it get back to the top of the channel. All right. You kind of have this going here too. I want to see a bounce for waves back to the upside, but it's got to get back above $5.85 to remain bullish. We called waves at 511. I said if it goes back above 511, look for the boom. And this thing went from 511 all the way to 736. Unbelievable move for waves. And you can see this. If I write waves in 511, I'm pretty sure I have this like photographic memory. Waves, 511 is a nice point of entry later if the asset matures on 6/18. All right. And if you look at that, that was back on June 18th, right around here. And we were at 447. And I was saying if it gets back above 511, that's going to be a point of control. This thing would blast through 511 and then it was gone, right? Why did I say 511? Because right here was a range. See? You had resistance and resistance there. And I believe we got above it, we would bounce. And it was gone. It was gone. We had waves early, just so you know. If you were trading waves with us, we had waves early before it started a massive move to the upside. Pretty interesting how waves does that on its own. Okay. 465 people on the live. 459 likes. Appreciate all you do, Lifer. AVAX, if you have a minute, let's take a look at AVAX USDT on KuCoin. Shout out to Davey Kettle, all the way from Vegas, baby, living in Milwaukee. So look, shoulder, head and shoulder. It did dump to the downside. Okay. So that head and shoulder did play out. You have a king head there. Okay. Okay. We talked about AVAX breaking up from this fractal. Remember that back then? That's crazy. Anyway, we called this out here, this cup and handle, and that was the beginning of the bottom. July 21st. Pretty nuts. All right. And then bang. AVAX is in a giant falling wedge. The daily is not too respected at the moment. You had this push out, but yeah. So to me, it's got a double bottom, right? It's in a rising wedge in the daily time frame. All right. You do have that bullish divergence here. Swing down to swing down. Swing up to swing up. Suggesting that is going to be your temp, you're basically your local bottom. But you got this falling wedge. So basically, AVAX must stay in like a bullish pennant here of some type. Wedge to remain bullish. Otherwise, it's going to come down here and get rejected by this top trend line and end up somewhere down here. This is most likely to see for AVAX. You see what I'm saying? And then you also, daily is overbought and wants to come on down. So you need that to go sideways. Now, it doesn't mean it could make a bull pennant like this, but it's got to make one of these two patterns to remain bullish, or it's coming down and breaking the previous low. All right. A double bottom would also be nice if it could occur. So pretty sure I was on the brush, but it won't let me draw the brush unless the brush is black now. That's weird. Anyway. Weird. My brush tool's gone now. The highlight is back. There you go. Just a glitch in the matrix there. So, and look what could be happening here for AVAX. Look. Shoulder. Head. That makes the right shoulder, and then you could break out. You see that? So that's how I look for AVAX. Daily doesn't look too hot right now. All right. 4 hour wants to boom, which is interesting, and you're in a falling wedge there. 1 hour's not in your favor, just like the rest of the market. So it's basically Bitcoin in a nutshell too. You gotta hope Bitcoin bounces in this 15-minute and get you higher above the resistance, so when the 1 hour bangs on you, it doesn't take you even lower. Come on, y'all, super chat train. Shout out to David Kettle in the house. Super chat, AVAX. Super chats are open. Please send in the super chats for TA deep dives. I agree. I can't do too much on Discord. It takes me from the charts. Yeah. The daily meta. ADABTC pair strength thoughts. The daily meta. AVAX don't look good. ADABTC. Yeah. Could you look at Moonscape, please? Never heard of it. I need a super chat. Drugs are bad. Okay. Yep. We're so happy to see you are here. Lifer asked that we don't post coin addresses in here into the chat. Best to send a super chat with the name of the coin. He will find it. Thanks for understanding. Thank you for saying that. Super chats for AVAX, Bitcoin ADA pair, strength, thoughts. Cardona. I like calling it Cardona. It's funny. Let's take a look at Cardano Bitcoin here. Taking a beat down. Whole market's taking a beat down. Like the whole market. Like what happened? Why? Who's grabbing the liquidity and why? You know? So weird. I mean, ADABTC does look scrumptious in the 15. 1 hour is overbought like the rest of the market. 4 hours ready to rock. Daily's probably overbought. Interesting. So the daily and the 4 hour look good to me. So what that tells me, right, is it's likely to make a move not too long from now. And it's in a bit of a flag. But we got to let the 1 hour kind of do its thing and come on down first before it can make a move. So this is what we're looking for. All right. And I don't like to get into coins when the 1 hour is that like kind of pointing down like that. And anything could happen. I just like the higher probability of when I get into trades here, and I like what happens there. You get it? S&P is not dumping. We talked about it already. We talked about it recovering, actually. Likely to bounce here to the upside on the oversold. We went over this. If you're saying the S&P is dumping, you're not paying attention to the trade, to the live stream. Okay? Doesn't look good, though, at all. I'll be honest. Like, it's kind of like this more of. Kind of broke this pattern in my mind. Nasty. Try to save some grace here and say, okay, this could be the pattern here now. You know, this could be it. It broke out, flagged, faked out, came back down, but it's still in the flag to bounce to the upside. See, they're doing the same manipulative stuff in the S&P because they know that people are watching the S&P for Bitcoin. So they're just playing games. I still believe there could be a bounce to the upside here. Also, what most people don't see that we see is swing down here in a flatter area here. That's a Class B bullish divergence, which says that we should bounce back to the upside here. So I know everyone's like, but it keeps getting red. And I'm like, I get it. But I usually see the bounces in these areas. You know, you get slight bullish divergence in the 1 minute now, trying to hold you down here. Class C bullish divergence there too, because that's way sharper of a downtrend. Okay. This is like highly skilled macro trading, all right? Like that takes years to figure out. We should be getting a bounce, man. The whole market's red. You got to buy when everyone's freaking out. You can't do what I tell you to do, but the average trader, it behooves over time. If you listen to Warren Buffett, you buy into the red. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to the 199 from Produce the Gains. Thank you for the choo-choo train, man. Much respect to you. Can you look at Chainlink? Yes, I will. Solar Flare. Super Chats, Chainlink. AVAX short is paying me. Banging. Yeah, AVAX 3S. Look at that. Banging to the upside. And look, and see, that's what you do. When you see a coin that doesn't look good, you got your falling wedge, you got your bullish divergence. Swing down here. Swing up to swing up on price act, on RSI. And that gives you bullish divergence. You got your bounce, and you had low stochastic on the 15th. You take the money and run, you know. I like to get between 3 and 20%, whatever. Look, 30% gains in the last 2 hours off AVAX 3S. Okay. An alert on Super. What do I got cooking for Super and why? Let's take a look. Wanted the 15-minute to reset, which it did. Didn't make a lower low, too, which is actually a pretty good sign. Interesting. Super could be getting bullish. 1 hour also reset, but look, shoulder, head, and shoulder there. Yeah. Sketch. Pretty sketch. Let's look at some BTC pairs and see if there's any gains in the BTC pairs. What coin is holding against Bitcoin? This is the easy way to find out what you want to trade. So Krill's holding against Bitcoin. Render's holding against Bitcoin. Clever's holding against Bitcoin. Ambrosius, Edgeware. Wow, look at Ample. Ampleforth, was that? Yeah, Ampleforth banging on them. So there's money to be made every day. Every single day. See, like these were probably looking bullish on, you know, look, this actually looks pretty bullish. This PPT Bitcoin, Populous. Why? I mean, look at that. It's a flag. And it wants to break to the upside. You see that? And so there's always opportunity in the market. Regardless, how do you trade a BTC pair? I'll teach you. Hey, Sam, so much high vibration, love, and support going on in the 99 Lifer Trading Group. Thank you for building it with love. I've been practicing with GMT3L the last 2 days. When you get a moment, we'll take a look at it. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing wonderful. Love learning. Thank you for spreading the love and always being there for everybody in the trading group. If you live in love, everybody, you will live in the highest frequency possible. You'll become one of the strongest beings on earth, and nothing can destroy you. Fear cannot exist in love. When you're full of love, you're not full of fear. You can't be full of fear and love at the same time. When you're full of love, you believe anything is possible, that you can achieve anything. The world loves you, you love the world, and you're on your way. When you live in fear, which is fake emotions acting real, because fear is fake emotions acting real. That's exactly what they are. Get them out of your life. They're not real. You can't live in fear. The second fear is in your life. You can't. If you're afraid every trade is going to play out, going to go to the downside, can you trade? No. If you're afraid every time you go on YouTube, no one's going to like you, would you start a YouTube channel? No. If you're afraid that every time you speak, no one likes the sound of your voice, it doesn't sound good, you can't stand listening to your voice, are you going to become a YouTube announcer? No. If you live in fear, you will never accomplish anything in your life. Fear will crush every single aspiration that you've ever had. You must crush fear. You must get rid of fear. Okay? You must. Let me say that again. You must crush fear. You got to find therapeutic ways to get over your fears and find ways, if you're subconsciously feeding things into your head that are putting you in fear. You could be taking a drug that's making you paranoid, and you may be living in fear that doesn't exist. You could be over drinking. Drinking is a depressant. You wake up the next day, you just don't have the energy to feel good about yourself. It's easier to live in fear that way. Substance abuse helps you live in fear. A lot of people are using substances because they're afraid of how they feel inside, and they're trying to get away from their feelings. So they're already living in fear. Okay, that's why becoming clean and sober is the first step to defeating fear. Because you now know that you can do it and you're not afraid. You won't have to run back to that substance. You can do it. You can change your life. It's so important. So you got to get rid of fear. Fake emotions acting real. You got to cut fear out of your life. Super Chats, Chainlink, GMT3L, and Blocktopia. Let's take a look at Blocktopia. Thank you so much for jumping on in. And $31.30 into the trade, into the Super Chat. You people are unbelievable. Thank you so much for the $30. That's much respect to you and yours. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Let's take a look at Chainlink, GMT3L, Block, and Ape. Apecoin, baby. Shout out to Mason Goodwin for the 189. Forget everything and remember. Fear. Forget everything and remember. That doesn't make sense. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. And hate leads to, destruction. Horrible destruction. Okay. This guy, funny. Forget everything and remember, right? Yeah. Okay. The Science of Fear by Dan Gardner is an interesting read. Emery Thompson, everybody check out The Science of Fear by Dan Gardner. I bet it will be a great read. So PPTBTC, a good way to make some Bitcoin. Likely that the 15-minute resets here. Put in a little alert there. We could even be bouncing, but I'll put in a little alert here on the 15. And I'll even put an alert like right here at this line in case we break there. And I'll put an alert down here. You could trap price action with alerts. You don't have to watch it. You do your analysis. You set as many alerts as you can around all the different scenarios. You think, well, if it breaks up here, it might do this, set an alert. Breaks down here, it might do that, set an alert. Hits the stochastic, set an alert. Then all three are ready to go. And that's why you get a pro package. You get the unlimited alerts. It's so important. PPTBTC is a possible move to the upside. All right. PBT. And this, I don't like to post a lot of trades when Bitcoin sketch, right? We want to see Bitcoin calm down, find out where our support and resistance areas are, begin to figure out where we're at, and then we kind of can go hard. But we don't just run hard at, And that's why I didn't post a lot of stuff into the Discord yet. Not right now, right? We also woke up to major gains already today. Like, we're doing pretty good. It's time, I want to hold our horses and just not, damn, man, we're continuing to fall through this hole. We can't seem to hold. This is breaking down now. Like this, you have to say the wedge broke out because you can't keep including this in the wedge. If you try, let me see if I try. Try to put it in this wedge here. I mean, technically, it can't go much lower. The stochastics RSI just don't let you go much lower than that. It just, and I've backtested this for years, 10,000 hours, over and over again, and that's why I can look dead in the face. How many times I've been here on a live, you've seen the price dumping, and I'm like, yeah, we'll probably bounce from here, and then and everyone else is like, it's bloody Monday, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like nice and calm, and I'm like, yeah, look for the bounce in the 5, and we bounce in the 5 minute. It's like, yeah, there you go. You know, it is what it is. We still have hidden bullish. It's still there. That's a swing up. You're beat to the ground, but I mean, 20,500 is your, remember that old area of support and resistance. You must hold 20,005. You must hold that level. You must hold that level. I have been bearish. I've been bearish on the daily chart for a while now, you know? So I just have to put that out there. Like, I do believe we'll still get a bounce, though. I'm being stubborn now. I'm being stubborn. But because I don't open shorts when the stochastics are this low, I just don't do it. It's just not a smart look. So I've never done, it's just not, it's not part of my trading style. And if this keeps continuing to go down and I miss the boat, so be it. But that's not my trading style. I don't break my style because the market maker does something funny. I stay the course. Okay. Here's a short for Bitcoin. We had an inverted head and shoulder last night. Measured move, it did, and already hit it last night. We already hit the gain last night, like, and then it dumped again when Bitcoin pumped. And before I went to bed, I said I would close the short, call it a day. And we actually nailed the top there. And then the short's kind of coming back again. But look, it's at resistance again, which shows Bitcoin might dump back, you know? So seeing indecision, ups and downs, right? Wow, and that concludes the show, everybody. It's 12 o'clock. Unbelievable. 421 people sticking it out with me to the end. 484 people. Let's get through all the super chats now. Let's take through Chainlink. Massive dumpage in the alts. Massive dumpage. Look, that's even like a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. But you're oversold in the 4 hour. It's... That's making a rising wedge. That doesn't look too good. Like this rising wedge. Can't even say it's in a bare rectangle almost. Chainlink, man. And as I said to a lot of people recently, like, your daily chart looks horrible, right? Like, that's a bare rectangle that breaks to the downside. You flip that upside down, you trade that bullishly. How many times do you see me post that? Shoulder, head, and a shoulder, inverted head and shoulder to the upside inside of a flag. Ready to go, you know? You know, ascending triangle. Likely to dump to the downside now. Look at the daily pointing down. So like you may be triple bottoming here. You break this though, your measured move for Chainlink is $1. Like, that's crazy. We could see a massive, just complete, just obliteration of everything. S&P, everything. Like, just world, just complete collapse, you know? Anything could happen. You got to be ready for that. At that point, you got to have cash on the sidelines so you can buy Bitcoin. And you buy gold. Then when the whole market dips, you buy back. You know, I own a bunch of gold. I sell that gold back into cash when cash completely dumps, right? I then buy. So that's what you got to do. You got to have gold on reserve. I do all sorts of crazy things, but I have gold on reserve, stablecoin on reserve, cash on reserve. PAX-G is another way because you don't have to hold gold. You can just hold a actual asset that's, you know, quick to gold. If cash completely gets demolished, you hold some of the gold, you buy back the cash, you don't lose the inflation beatdown, you actually gain on that, right? Because you're holding the gold, and then you buy the altcoins at the low, baby. And it's, you know, but that took years for me to figure out. That's not going to happen overnight. And just even once you know that, it's going to take a lot of cojones to actually act on that. Okay. Thank you. I seriously needed to hear that right now. Love this group. Wouldn't cash be almost worthless if the entire global market gets obliterated? No, it won't be. You'd be surprised. Super chat, GMT3L, block at 8. We're going back to shilling the shells. Holding gold is basically shorting fiat. Yep. Thank you, Love Learning. You're an amazing human being. Shout out to Hash Puppy. And remember, everyone, we have the class today. If you're new, I'm sure there might be someone new. We do have class today at 3 o'clock, New York City time. Jump on into the course. You will absolutely love it for $99. Learn this. You have 2 years before the next Bitcoin halving. This took me 4 years to do and get a handle over technical analysis. So you have 2 years before the next Bitcoin halving. Less than 2 years. You have less than 2 years to take a handle over your education in trading and technical analysis. Like, I'm just saying, like, I would jump on that as soon as possible, like yesterday and the day before. Like you don't have time. You really don't. Like, it's time to make a move. That's what time it is. Let's take a look at GMT3L. Getting overbought on the daily. It's a newer asset. Doesn't have the moves. 4 hour. Okay. So we talked about it last night, possibly breaking out of this tight channel. But Bitcoin dumped. And when Bitcoin dumps, it ruins every single setup. Also, the 1 hour got overbought and you couldn't get, the 1 hour should have broken us out here last night. Boom. But we didn't. We didn't even make a higher high. We made a lower high. That tells you things aren't working in your favor and maybe time to bounce. We do see some hidden bullish, right? And it's actually still present, hidden bullish divergence. Even if we swing this all the way there, yeah, to me, it's still hidden bullish divergence, and you're oversold in the 4 hour. Okay. Move all my drawings. We have resistance here. Again, you want to see your resistance on GMT itself, really, when you're doing this. And you can see you broke this beautiful level of support here, and now you might bearishly retest it. To me, you're making a kind of a bullish flag, though. Isn't it in a giant cup and handle? So that's interesting, right? You have resistance here, and a little bit right there, and a little bit of consolidation, see right there, which coincides with that area. Super oversold in the 4 hour. 1 hour is very oversold. 15 minutes oversold. So this is in the sweet spot, in my humble opinion. And yeah, it's sketchy. It's high risk because the whole market's sketch right now. But if anything's going to plow away, this thing looks like it could. We already did this earlier. We found this cup and handle. Savvy cup and handle to the upside. How many cup and handles can you find in a 2 hour period? But we found this cup and handle, and this one would rip to the upside. And we posted this one at ripped, if you remember. And we made massive gains on that. So this thing, and then we even made a flag here and then a flag there. Wow, I like what I'm seeing for GMT3L. Oversold on multiple time frames. 15-minute oversold. 1 hour oversold. Oversold means the stochastics are below the dotted line. You're pointing to the downside. MACD is not like really high. It's actually below the equator and curving. 4 hour, also extremely oversold. Nice pullback after the nice pump to the upside. We'll take a little bit of a Fibonacci, a mini fib here too. And lo and behold, you're at the 618 Fibonacci level. That's quite a coincidence, don't you think? You could go a little lower and bounce off this next support at the 786. And, the area is about 98 cents. You're also holding $1. That's a big deal, holding the dollar. This would also bring you back into the next chop of resistance. It would start here at about $2. So it says you can gain about 50% on this move. Quite interesting. So look, even more than 100. Yeah, sorry, 100%. Yeah, doubled up. Sorry, 1 to 2. So 100% gains possibly coming for GMT3L. And we're seeing the 618. We're seeing oversold on multiple time frames, and it represents the cup and handle, and it's also, hitting the previous range of support and resistance. Let's see here. Could go a little lower. It's contending with it. Didn't really touch it yet. But the 618 may be the reason it doesn't go any lower. Interesting enough. Okay. Even the 8 hour and the 6 hour are bullish. This is a very strong coin right now, and it's been producing for the trading group. So I like it. I'm all over it. I actually think I'm going to personally enter the trade myself. GMT3L. Interesting. It honestly, it's been the gift that keeps on giving. It's been quiet for a few days. So it's low, oversold, 15, 1 hour, 4 hour. That's a really good sign, 6 hour. Cup and handle, right? The falling wedge, support and resistance, 618 fib. You got a lot going for you here, right? I don't just jump into a trade on one idea. There's got to be a bunch of what's called confluence. I need to see more than one thing suggesting something is brewing. We even see the hidden bullish divergence here. Look at that. And we mark that, right? To teach you so you understand hidden bullish divergence. We copy that, and I'll just paste that again. Let's get that music up. And look, BOOKMAP, they took out who they wanted. They got all the liquidations down there. Look at that. They ate them alive. The leverage traders just got eaten alive, man. They kept long in the bottom, long on the bottom. They kept getting hitting off. The market maker was like, I'll get more. And we told you we're going to go to 20,500. You could see the liquidity down there. They ate. Now they're going to bring us right back up to 20,900. It's likely. Now, look, they're eating the shorts alive now. $69,000 in shorts just got ate alive, right? 66,000 here, 11,000, 13,000, 82,000. People getting liquidated, 136,000, 53,000. People love getting liquidated. They just love losing money leverage trading. That could be long-term Bitcoin holdings, but they don't want to do that. They want to throw their money away in the garbage, you know? GMT is my trade of the day. I will, and it may dump, but if anything's going to pump, I believe it's going to be GMT 3L, honestly. Shout out to Love Learning for giving us the game and putting it on the radar. Without her, we may never have seen it today. She's the best. Let's take a look at Blocktopia. Let's take a look at Blocktopia, baby. Couple more trades and we're out of here for the day. Blocktopia also looking scrumptious in a cup and handle. It's at the bottom of its barrel. Like, this has to be kind of... But cup and handles usually come when things are done. Extremely oversold on the 4-hour. Trying to make a bounce. Coming oversold in the 1 hour and oversold in the 15. The daily's not in your favor, though. Hit the like button, says the kid. Thank you, sweetie. The daily's not in your favor. That's the worrisome thing about it all. You need like a miracle toss there, you know? Daily's just like, and that's why I'm telling you, like, Bitcoin could just... There's some sketchy business going on. We need to see what this 4-hour does, but the daily could come down and make a double bottom. So yeah, you might break out of this. Sorry. You might break out of this in the 4-hour time frame, but like, you're fighting the daily high risk when you do this. I just have to say. Extremely high risk that you're fighting the daily. But, you know, the 4-hour does suggest that you could break out and get a pump. Wow, I can't believe Block is all the way at 0.0033. Like, does this project go to zero? Like, you wondered. Like, it starts making people wonder. And that's why I'm DCing into Bitcoin right now. I'm getting most of the the more sketch asset. And then when the market recovers and we start to see our first leg up, then I'll start trading the BTC pairs and the USDT pairs, and I'll get gains, you know. I have most of my long-term holdings, and I'll look for new projects, and we'll find some coins that we want to DCA into at the right time. Right now is not the right time, in my humble opinion. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say should be taken as financial advice, but you figure that out for yourself. If it makes sense, you could jump on in or take that, you know. This could bounce. It's oversold, but it's not GMT. I'll tell you that. And so it's, you know, a little sketchy. The liquidations include stop losses on BOOKMAP. Yeah, those are the stop loss. Those are people getting liquidated, dude. You said, did the liquidations including stop losses? Stop losses are not liquidations. Liquidations are where people who didn't use a stop loss and got liquidated. You get it? So I don't know what the answer your I don't understand your questions. Let's take a look at 8. Even though everyone was all over, they didn't want anything to do with 8 today. Ape's pumping, though, regardless of the market. Look at that. And we talked about Ape when it was low. Ape got sold off. And if you remember, I said Ape's highly likely to make a pump after that sell-off. And it did get a huge pump, just as suggested. So it's funny. We just by common sense, we figured Ape would go up. Now, let's take a look at ape here. Ape's in a, basically, it was in a symmetrical triangle, a bull pennant. It broke out of the bull pennant. It has a measured move to the upside here. Now, stochastics want to point to the upside. 1 hour time frame is retesting, but that's what's called a retest. And honestly, get in on the retest is a beautiful thing. 15-minute 2 is flipping. Dude, ape could actually make a big move here today. Back to the upside on the retest. So I'm looking for ape for a move of 19-20% gains for ape on the retest of the 15-minute. Bitcoin recovers here and gets a little bit of a bounce, and ape gets to ride that wave to the upside. All right. And that would be an actual entry for ape at the present moment at 521. Like that, that's in, you know, you're at a support and resistance. Previous resistance, you're bouncing on support. You're oversold in the 15. If the 7-minute is pinned, I'm in. Like, yeah, the entry was right down there. Perfect entry. But it's just the 7-minute. It'll go up and down and oscillate a little bit. 200-day moving average. I like what I'm seeing. I really do. 4 hours got moves. 1 hour is pointing down, but the 15-minute could flip it as it's pretty low, close to that dotted line. And the 15-minute really pushing to the upside. You even see some hidden bullish divergence because you have swing up to swing up here on price action. And you have swing down to swing down or flat, more flat zone here on the RSI, which tells you the trend should continue to the upside. Ape looks scrumptious for a 19% gain here. And then if you like ape, then you trade ape 3L for even more. All right. It's high risk though, so you could lose more. So, you know, again, and I'm not a financial advisor, you're going to have to figure out if that's something that you want to do. And so just like that, is this the retest for ape? And to me, it looks just like a retest. Like it's a textbook retest. Support and resistance retest coinciding with the top of the trend line. You get your measured move, which is the back end here. And again, if we saw 19, this should go up like 50, 40 to 60, somewhere in that level. 42% gains coming out of ape 3L, possibly for a move right now on the retest. Again, you'd have to assess this to your own risk management. But these are the two trades that, of all the trades we went over and the sketchiness in the market, and these are the two trades that have been performing the last few days too. They've been doing very well. Psychological support at $1, ape 3L. And again, they could dump and Bitcoin could take us to the downside and anything could happen. Always use a stop loss, please. Don't be that guy or don't be that girl. Don't be that lifer thinking it's all, you know. So look, can the bullish divergence hold us down? So far, we did get the bounce I suggested we would on the 5. Remember? I said eventually we're going to get a bounce. We did. Bullish divergence in the 5-minute. That can get us back above a zone. And the 50-minute can kind of pick up the slack here, and we can start to make a bit of a move. We got a green candle here on the 15. We got back above 20,005. Look for a move back to the upside just for our altcoin trading. All right? Again, remember, I'm going to leave you with Bitcoin here before I leave today. Bitcoin must break back above 21,000 to remain bullish. And then we need bulls to break back above this area here at 21,260, right? And right now I want Bitcoin to come at least to the top of the channel and get rejected by 21,750, 760 area, come back down. So right now we just need Bitcoin to do this. And we'll reassess when we get to the top of this channel. Probably a pretty good short on the 1 hour time frame, right? Level held so far, as suggested. All right. It's a pretty good level to hold. We break that, look for us to go to 19,099. But so far, the level held as I suggested. We dumped at the beginning of the live. I stayed strong for 2 hours. I pointed out divergences. I stayed calm. We did get the bounce so far. So good. Stay tuned for more, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is live. Yes, I beat my chest like a gorilla. Shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll see you on the next live stream, Wednesday, 10 a.m. back here at the same awesome time. And we're going to kick it like we do. I appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. And I'll see you all on the next live stream.